Hey guys, how you doing? So today we will compare two very good smartwatches. That's the new Apple Watch Series 10 and the Garmin Venu 3, which is now about a year old. And we will check out everything these two watches have to offer, and first up the specs and the design. So let's get started with the Garmin Venu 3. Now you can get this watch in two different sizes. There's a 45 and a 41mm stainless steel version, and both will come in at around 500 euros over here in Germany. And that's on the official Garmin store. But since this watch is already 1 year old, you can get some great prices around 400 euros in some other online stores. Today we will stick to the bigger one, and this one has a 1.4-inch AMOLED always on display, and this one is compatible with both iOS and Android smartphones. Now the Apple Watch has an always on display as well, but right here you just have to keep in mind that using this feature will cut your battery life in half on both of these watches. But we will get to that in a second. The Venu 3 has a 22mm silicone strap with a quick release feature, and compared to the strap of the Apple Watch. Now this one isn't as soft or as flexible. This watch is water resistant up to 5 ATM, and you have 3 physical buttons on the side. Now the middle one is customizable, and you connect this one to any of your apps. You can open up your voice assistant, or you will get straight to your sport modes. There is just one thing that you should know if you want to use this watch with an iPhone, and that is that you won't get any reply options to any of your messages. The Apple Watch Series 10 is also available in a few different sizes. Now you can get a 42 or a 46mm version, and then you can decide between the GPS and the cellular version, but I got the 46mm aluminum GPS version here today, which will cost you 480 euros. This watch has a large 1.96-inch Retina LTPO3 OLED display, which is protected by Ion X glass, whereas the Garmin Venu 3 has Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Now the Apple Watch is also water resistant up to 5 ATM, plus it is IP69K certified, and you can get an eSIM function on here as well. Now both watches will have a built-in mic and a speaker, and the Apple Watch has 2 buttons on the side. Now the upper crown is rotatable, and you can scroll through your apps and your workouts, whereas on the Garmin Venu 3 you are limited to just only swipe on your screen. It will also open up the voice assistant, and the lower one opens up your docks. On this watch you will get a very soft and flexible solo loop strap, which is also very easy to attach. Right here you just need to be careful to pick the right size band. I took size 9 with my 19cm wrist, and it's definitely too big. I would suggest going for a size 8 or even 7. Now one of the biggest differences between these two watches is definitely the battery life. Now the Apple Watch 10 only lasts about 36 hours without the always in display mode, and if you toggle this one on and use this watch a lot, the battery life will only last about 18 hours, which is not even a day. The Garmin Venu 3 is just so much better. On normal usage you can expect to get a full 2 weeks out of it, and with the always in display mode, it will still last 4 to 5 days depending on your usage. Just when you want to charge these watches, it will be a little bit faster on the Apple Watch 10, as it only takes about half an hour to go from 0 to 80%. Alright, up to your smart features, and let's start with the things that these two watches have in common. Each watch has an app store. It is the Garmin IQ Connect store on the Venu 3, and Apple has, of course, the Apple Store. But you can definitely download more apps on the Apple Store. The Garmin store has a lot of sport-related apps and watch faces, but on both you will find music streaming apps such as Spotify, Amazon Music, or Deezer. On the Venu 3 you have 8 gigs of internal storage, and on the Apple you have 64 gigs. That is 6 times more, and like this you get, of course, to download more apps and music to this watch for some offline listening. Like I said, both watches have a built-in mic and a speaker, and you get to call your friends right from your wrist, and the sound on both is actually decent. And then of course you will get the voice assistant. Personally, I think Siri works a bit better and faster on the Apple Watch with some faster response times, and it always takes a bit longer on the Venu 3, but in the end you will get the same results. You will get some different watch faces on the Garmin Venu 3 and on the Apple Watch, but the ones that you get on the Apple Watch just looks a lot better. The colors look better, you have more customization options, and you also have a bigger selection in the Apple Watch face gallery. You do get some on the Venu 3, but it's just not the same. On the Apple Watch 10 you will also have things like the Tides app. With this one you can check out the conditions for beaches and surf spots all over the world. You get a pill reminder, walkie-talkie, noise detection, and a lot of other gesture controls which you don't have on the Venu 3. Like you can skip a track when you're playing music, you can open up an app, or you can answer calls by just pinching your fingers twice. And then there are also super many other smaller features in your settings. So feature and app-wise, the Venu 3 doesn't come close to the Apple Watch, but at least you will get all of your notifications on both of these watches, and you can even reply to messages. By the way, if you like my content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and like always you will find the links to all of the products down below in the description. So both the Apple Watch 10 and the Garmin Venu 3 have a lot of health functions, starting at a 24/7 heart rate tracker, which works very good on both devices. You will get your resting heart rate and your heart rate alerts. There is an SpO2 and a stress tracker and a good working sleep tracker too. Just on the Venu 3, you will get a few more stats like an overnight SpO2 and a breathing rate, nightly movements, average heart rate, and there's even a sleep coach which tells you how much you should sleep the next night based on some of your health trackers. The Apple Watch 10 only tracks your sleep apnea, SpO2 level, your respiration rate, and of course you also have the heart rate. Now the Venu 3 has the Garmin body battery, which is always a good indicator how ready your body is for the next day, and you got the HRV status. The Apple Watch can track the female cycle, it has an ECG function, and you have the Vital Metrics app, which helps you to identify changes in your daily health status, and you see some key overnight stats. Now overall, I like both these watches, and also both sleep and heart rate trackers are actually very accurate. It's really just up to you which features are more important. Now as well as we have the built-in GPS and the fitness tracking, and let's start with the GPS, and I really think both are equally good. They are not 100% accurate and you will get some deviations throughout your whole workout. They are a little bit better out in the park, but you still have some shaky GPS lines when you are close to any buildings. The Apple Watch 10 definitely has more sport modes, and you have things like diving on here, but when it comes to customizing your workouts, I think the Venu 3 is a little bit better. I mean, you can customize your workout display on both watches with up to 4 metrics, but on the Venu 3 you also have a few more sport-specific features like in your cycling or swimming workouts. And I guess since you have all of the common ones covered on the Venu 3 and also some more, I think I would rather go with the Venu 3 when it comes to the GPS and the fitness tracking. I mean, you can even get some workout day notifications on the Venu 3, which basically tells you if you was active during the day or if you just was sitting on the couch doing nothing, and how that impacts your body battery. And guys, there we have it. Now, if you liked that video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. And I guess with that one being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.